there, I'm Lisa Doyle with J. Rockcliffe Realtors, and I have with me today a good friend, an amazing guy, Terry McDaniel. And the purpose of our short video today is I want to focus the next couple of segments that we do on technology. Is how are Greg and I, and what technology is available to us, for how are we utilizing some technology where we can truly serve our clients better, both buyers and sellers. So who I wanted to introduce to you today is Terry McDaniel, and he is the founder of a company called Real Agile. So if you wouldn't mind, Terry, explain exactly what Real Agile is.
Well, that's a very good question, Lisa. Probably the best way to explain it is if you looked at the FICO score, FICO is used to identify the credit worthiness of a particular person. We've developed a very similar types of algorithms to identify the most probable person that will either buy or sell or refinance or remodel in the very near future. And it's been very, very successful, as you can see.
Yeah, exactly.
And it, you know, from a seller standpoint, you either can look at getting buyers from the cloud or you can find the buyers at the rooftop. Real Agile focuses at the rooftop level using mathematics to find the most probable buyers in that community that may be a move-up buyer or be moving out of the community. And it's been very, very helpful to a lot of people.
I agree, and for us, you know, we've had great response and great results from it, which is why I really want to share. There's so much in the market that people have concerns and questions about. You know, that our consumers, our clients want to know how can we reach out into the buyer public if you're a seller, and into the market and find properties for a buyer that other people don't necessarily have their hands on. You know, this is not a technology that very many people are using, and we've been very excited about it. And so for me, I would say what we've loved about it is if we take an area of maybe 6,000 to 10,000 homes, we can really shorten that down to maybe a group of, say, 700 or 800 of who the most likely candidates are. So explain a little bit about that. How are we getting that data?
Well, the data comes from about 5 or 6 major sources throughout the country, and we have a national footprint of the information. There's about 270 different variables that we look at. But if you could imagine the entire market being this flat plane, what we've basically been able to do is to shrink it down so we're just dealing with a very small segment of the plane, so that you can focus in your contacts on those people that are more likely than spending all your time and money on people that are least likely to buy or sell in the future. And it really makes a big difference, because if you're trying to show the difference between the Doyle team as opposed to another team in Rockcliffe or another company, they're using a very advanced mathematics to identify the most probable person to do business with. Because we have limited time, money, and energy. If you can just focus on the most likely, then you can really drill down to those folks. Now, the other thing that I was talking to you about is that from a buyer's perspective, less than 2% of the houses are ever on the market at one time.
That's right.
And they're always looking for that great opportunity. Well, we know, because we've been in the business for such a long time, that Mary over on Iron Gate would love to sell her house, but no one knows that Mary would like to sell her house. So with Real Agile, by knowing the most probable sellers in a community, you can index against what they're looking for. So if your client is looking for a 4-bedroom, 2-bath house in San Ramon, then what you can do is sort through the list, go to your top 20% that match up the physical characteristics, and you can target market your direct mail. There's nothing better than we have a client for your type of home.
Exactly.
And the phones start to ring. I'll give you an example. We had a client in Alamo under the McDaniel Callahan team, and they wanted a 6-bedroom, 4-bath house. So there was 125 houses that in Alamo out of the 5,000 that really matched his criteria. When you eliminated the houses that you wouldn't sell in the first place because they're right next to the freeway or some other characteristic, there were 89 houses. Well, we sent a letter out to the 89 houses, and 9 of the 89 called back and said, yeah, we don't want to have our house on the market, but we definitely would sell it if you have a serious buyer.
Exactly. Well, and what I've loved about it too is in the areas where we work, you know, San Ramon and Danville communities, where I might have a listing that I'm helping the client sell. If I can search the areas where the homes are much smaller than theirs, and do a Real Agile type of search and find out who the most likely candidates that those people might sell and move up to a home like theirs.
Exactly.
It gives me access to more buyers who I can help them sell their home to. So It's a wonderful tool for both buyers and sellers.
It is, and the other nice thing about it is this is pre-mover information, so we're somewhere between 30 and 240 days out in front of where they would possibly make a final decision to sell or buy. So if you're able to intercept that decision-making process and you're the last person in, like we all want to be,
Right, exactly.
then you can plant the seeds of why you are different and why they should be using you.
Right.
So it's been very successful for us, and I know it's been successful for you. It really differentiates you from the rest of the market, because in our real estate business, if your seller doesn't know 6 or 7 friends who are in the real estate business, they really don't have a social life.
They don't have a lot of friends. I always say that same thing. Exactly. So yeah, so we're very excited about using many forms of technology, but Real Agile being one of my, for me, one of the most exciting, because it's so different from what anyone has ever seen. And what I love about the company is your partners in the creation of it aren't real estate people, they're mathematicians.
Right.
So they're scientists coming up with a scientific method to determine who is possible buyers and sellers. So it's wonderful. So thank you so much for watching. And of course, if you have any questions about any technology or Real Agile as a specific question, give me a call. I'm Lisa Doyle. My number is 925-890-7443. And I'll talk to you soon.